I want to show you how to use the Google Slides to create this visual display as part of your task today. So you have a few places that you can type. So if you click where you think you're supposed to type, you're going to find some text boxes already built in to those locations, and you can just start typing. So you will need to finish the statement, equivalent ratios are created, blah, 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 blah. And then you need to give some equivalent ratios to 3 to 12. So for example, one equivalent ratio is going to be 6 to 4. Why? Because I doubled 3 and I doubled 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 2 is 4. And then I would put in 2 other examples here. Now this is the part I really want to show you. Look how they are equivalent. So I want to give an example. I want to show a visual example of 3 to 2 and 6 to 4 so that we can see their equivalent. So I'm going to start by building a ratio 3 to 2 by using the shape tools. So I'm going to insert any shape that I want. I'm going to insert a rectangle. That's what I'm going to choose. Keep it pretty basic. And I want to change the color because gray looks so similar to my background, so I'm going to pick purple. And then I like to outline everything in black. And then I have 1, but I want to show 3 to 2. So you could draw that same rectangle again, but smarter than that would be to click on the rectangle and then use Control-C to copy and Control-V to paste. And then I like to use my arrow keys instead of dragging, so I pushed arrow up and arrow over to get that into the place that I wanted. But you can also drag with your mouse. So that's the 3 part of 3 to 2. I'm going to put in a circle instead of a rectangle to make it a little easier to see. There's a difference between those parts. And I'm going to change the color again. So I'll pick orange, change that background to black, or that outline, I guess I should say. And again, I could draw the same circle, but circles are kind of hard to match up. So I might as well click on it, use Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste, and then use my arrow keys to move it where I want to. Now, this shows 3 to 2. I want to show that 3 to 2 is equivalent to 6 to 4. And I can show that by doubling this recipe. So doubling this ratio right here. And so again, I could draw each of the parts, but I want to be smarter than that. So if you take your mouse and you click on the screen and drag a box around those 5 objects, it will select all of them at once. And then you can use Control-C and Control-V to paste, Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste. And then you can use the arrow and move those wherever you want to at that point because they're all highlighted. So I'm going to delete that and again show you. Again, click on the mouse so that you can drag a box around all 5 of those objects. And then Control-C and Control-V just like before for copy and paste. Drag that wherever you want to. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to make another copy, and I'm going to drag that copy next to it so that I can show that 3 to 2 and 6 to 4 are equivalent ratios. Those are just doubled. So if I wanted to make it a little easier to see and distinguish between those, I could put a box around this, which of course it shades it gray. So I come up here and I choose transparent for my fill color. And now I have a box around that. If that makes it easier for you, you think that communicates it better, and you want to show that 3 to 2 and 6 to 4 are the same thing, and you want to put boxes around them, you totally can. So this is where you want to communicate one or more of these equivalent ratios. So 3 to 2 and 6 to 4 are equivalent because it's the same thing, just listed twice. And then you'll go in, you'll finish by putting in a non-example, what is not equivalent to 3 to 2, and a statement. I know these are not equivalent because, go ahead and finish that thought. Why are they not equivalent? So maybe you put in 6 to 6, and I know that's not equivalent because 3 times 2 is 6, and 2 times 3 is 6, so I did not multiply both of those by the same number to get that new ratio. And so then you can explain it that way. So you're going to pick, obviously not the one I've started, you're going to pick any one of these other options, and you're going to complete that visual display. Remember, you need to fill in all of the boxes, so find all of those text boxes and also show me visually why one or more of those ratios is equivalent. If you'd prefer, you can print this. I did set it to be 8.5 by 11, so it would print like on a regular printer. So then just file and print, and then you can choose to print it, and it'll print on a regular sheet of paper if you want to do this by hand. Or if you want to print it after you've created your display and show it to your family, you can certainly do that as well. Thanks for learning with me.